Hi everybody, President Barry here. We're back in Magic Kingdom.
We are going to the Plaza.
Yes, it's been a bit. We hear they have new things, so here we are.
Be sure to be magical.
You heard the girl.
Right now, it's all kids. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Appetizer on the way.
This is one of 3 beverages that you can order. Well, you can order the sangria as well. But as far as bottles of wine, there's this one, there's a Chardonnay, and there's a champagne. None of the reds here are vegan. This one is very light and refreshing. It is crisp and almost tastes like water, so I'm sure it's very dangerous. I would give it 4.5 out of 5 white grapes, just because it's so crisp and dangerous. And this is the wine that they use to make their sangria here. It's a good one. If you want to see the sangria we drank that the last time we were here, we'll put a link to that in the description box down below.
The Apprentice wants some Magic Kingdom fancy. Can't come to table service at Magic Kingdom now and not get alcohol. It's just like this hidden wall, Disney, separating us and alcohol. Just do it. You know you want to. We'll pay for it. We've proven that. Here we go. It's crisp, not too dry, not too sweet. It's drinkable. It'll go with dinner. I don't know if I would buy this on my own though. It's not the best wine we've had for sure, but you get what you get. 3 out of 5 plus.
When I read the description for this, I expected it to be a lot like the lettuce wedge that we got from 50s Primetime. It's basically the same thing with a vegan ranch, but they had like fake bacon on it. This one has like plant-based cheese as well, so that's going to be interesting. I do find it mildly hilarious when they give you like a whole wedge of food for salad. Like, why not just, slice it and toss my salad? It does taste very similar, if not the same, as the plant-based ranch at 50s Primetime. It's quite delicious. I do like it a lot. The cheese kind of helps it with the cucumbers and the tomatoes. I think it's an iceberg lettuce, so it gets minus points for that. Overall, I'd probably give it a 3 out of 4 rabbits. I don't know why I said rabbits. Maybe because lettuce wedge? 3 out of 4 lettuce wedges, rabbits.
It's definitely a lettuce wedge, but I feel like the lettuce is smaller wedge than other wedge salads we've gotten across Disney property. Specifically talking about the 50s Primetime. That thing was massive. This is like a quarter of a kid's bowling ball. But I do appreciate the fact they do have vegan cheese and vegan ranch, because most places would definitely not do the cheese, and even a few would do the ranch. I would like to see them get more creative with the salads, like instead of bacon, we could have like some crunched chickpeas or something to give a little bit more bite than just the lettuce. The ranch is good. I do not like the cheese. It's definitely the weak spot of the salad. It's like a really, really plant-based tasting cheese. So it just tastes like soft cardboard. Everything else around it is fresh. If not for the cheese, this would be an above average salad. Just based off that, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5 claws.
Here's the wedge salad secret. Chop it up and then mix it together. And then you have a nice little tossed salad. Oh, this one is like literally little, like fine dining level small. It works. It's good though. I like this much better than mayonnaise.
So I got loaded fries. They look semi-full. I wouldn't call them loaded. There's some bacon. There's some tomato. There's a little bit of cheese sauce. But it's more of like a cheesy snack with extras more than it is like loaded fries. This does not look loaded. These fries look like they could carry a little bit more. You guys disagree? Let's dig in. We got some bacon, we got some fry, we got some sauce, and a little tiny bit of this here lettuce. The bacon's warm, cheese sauce is hot. If you lose a little bit more cheese, and maybe like a little bit of something else other than tomato. The tomato is there, but it just seems like a lot. The lettuce is useless. I don't know how the lettuce is here. It's almost like a half loaded nacho, but with fries. I don't understand lettuce. It's alright though. I think I'd ordered it again. I think I was just expecting something a little bit more magical. I take back what I said about the cheese. They had more underneath the fries. It's good technique. I'm gonna raise it to a 3 out of 5 claws.
Bangers and mash with a mushroom gravy and some green beans. Now, I thought this dish was going to be like the bangers and mash that we got at Rose and Crown. This is very much not that. These do look like Beyond sausages though. Like, and they don't look overcooked, so that's good. And then a mushroom gravy, some mashers, and these green beans that look exactly like the ones that we had at Crystal Palace. I'm gonna start with the green beans because I feel like that's probably gonna be the worst thing on this plate. Like green bean juice. They're basically just cooked in water, maybe some oil, nothing too fancy about them, definitely not seasoned at all. They could have used some basil, maybe some vegetable broth. Not a huge fan of those. I'd probably give them like 1 out of 5 beans. Alright, let's try these bangers. Bangers with the gravy. It's like just your basic Beyond sausage. And taste as such. It is a perfectly cooked Beyond sausage, so I'm not mad about that. Having 2 of them, that's a lot of calories, yo. But that's fine. We're at Disney, right? And then I'm gonna get some mash. Now the mash is seasoned very well. I could use some salt and pepper, but it does have a nice flavor to it that I would enjoy. I think everything together as far as like the bangers and mash will be a hit. Actually, I'll do that together, but I don't think that this dish needed the green beans. I think it would have been fine if you just put like extra mashed potatoes and gravy and then just like left off the green beans completely. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it all together. Yeah, that hits. That hits really well. It's, just your normal Beyond Sausage meal, so it's whatevs. It's average. Is it better than the burger that I had the last time I was here? Maybe? No, I think it's about average. I think when we had the bangers and mash at Rose and Crown, they were actually overcooked. So they got lower ranking than this. So I would say that this is at the same level as the Rose and Crown bangers and mash when they're overcooked. I don't know if that's a good thing. Even though this Beyond is cooked very well, I don't know. It's not my jam. I don't know. Magic Kingdom doesn't really, outside of Cinderella's Royal Table, they haven't really scored well. So overall, 2 out of 5 Beyond sausages.
We continue this struggle, and I specify the word struggle, with Magic Kingdom food. The Plaza is one of the restaurants at Magic Kingdom that makes no sense to me. Tony's Town Square, Italian food, Lady and Tramp, it makes sense. Crystal Palace, you need a buffet. It makes sense. Skipper's Canteen, it makes sense. Cinderella's Royal Table, be our guest. My feelings about the food aside, they make sense. This feels like a step above, and most times, Starlight Cafe. I'm not sure. It's like normal Magic Kingdom food on bigger plates. But I leave room to be surprised. I am not expecting any assistance, however. Eat your vegetables, children. It's your standard green bean. If you like green beans, you'll be okay with these. If you hate green beans, these are not going to wow you. They are at least not rubbery and frozen. I'll give them that. 2.5 out of 5 quality in a row. As for these bangers, I like the gravy step. They definitely took their time with that. Beyond sausages, readily available. I would just like to see somebody do something a little bit different than just cook it and throw it on the plate. Let's see how it tastes. The gravy is a nice touch. Obviously, you can't have bangers and mash without some gravy, but the gravy is good. The Beyond Sausage is a Beyond Sausage. It's consistent, as they always are. It's also a 2.5 out of 5 quality for me. Skin on chunky mashed potatoes. Huh? I don't know what it is. I do not like that. I feel like it's chunky in the wrong kind of way. Like almost more potato salad than it is mashed potatoes. That's a 2 out of 5 claws for me. But let's try them together. Because the princess did it, I guess I have to too. Smidge of the gravy. Altogether, I think it's passable. It's food. I definitely would recommend this over anything else quick service here at Magic Kingdom. But this isn't going to be a meal that I run home and tell my friends about. Like the bangers and mash at Plaza was fantastic. No, probably not. However, it's enough to get it a 3 out of 5 claws. But I wouldn't order it. I still don't know if we're doing this Bear Eats Somewhat Healthy series. But I decided against the burger, which is a honey barbecue brisket burger. Just seemed too heavy and too much beef for me, and you guys know I don't love beef, so the other option, since they don't have the grilled chicken sandwich we had last time we were here, is a turkey club. Now, I was expecting some, like, half a wedge of basic bread with meat inside of it, but it's displayed rather nice and toasted. We have the turkey, bacon, tomato, A little bit of mayo in there, and then a little sprig of lettuce, a little toothpick, which is a nice touch. It feels like lunch, but it's beautifully done. I'll give it that. The turkey is good. The bacon is better. Tomatoes and lettuce are fresh. I'm happy that it has enough mayo to taste it, but not like glopped with mayo like some clubs are, because I absolutely hate that. I think it sits very light. The toasting the bread makes a lot of difference. I would say that it's a nice meal. If you want something that feels a bit healthier, whether or not it is, I don't have any idea. But it's average at best. It's just a turkey sandwich, which is basically what I was expecting. 2.5 out of 5 plus. And because I got fries as an appetizer, they offered me mashed potatoes. Which is interesting, because if you look at these mashed potatoes and the Princess's mashed potatoes, they are clearly two different mashed potatoes. Like, this isn't chunky at all. It's still skin on, but these are like red potatoes. Those are like golden potatoes. Like yellow potatoes and red potatoes. Which is an interesting choice. It's definitely chock full of butter. It's definitely a lot more creamy. There's absolutely no chunks in it. You know it's a red potato. They're good mashed potatoes. They're not amazing mashed potatoes, but they're good mashed potatoes. Overall, I'm giving the whole plate 2.5 out of 5 claws. I'd eat it. How the flow of the day goes.
Here's our lovely plant-based dessert. Now, the last time we were here, we got a similar looking dessert, but not quite this. This is massive, you guys. I'm just gonna get me a little bit because I love banana bread. Fun fact, I didn't really enjoy banana bread until I transferred to the place where I met Bear when we worked together. And once I met Bear and we worked together, we enjoyed banana bread thanks to one of our team members that would bring it all of the time. So now every time I see banana bread, I think of Don. Thank you, Don, for your banana bread. Now, for some Disney banana bread. Oh my goodness. Now, the secret to Don's amazing banana bread was that he put chocolate chips in it. This has chocolate chips in it. It's not as good because, whoa, with the cinnamon, you guys, like, I can't rate anything else. This is like a 2 out of 5 cinnamon sticks. This is all cinnamon. Like, can't taste the ice cream, can't taste the bread, just cinnamon.
Take your time.
Thank you very much. Just cinnamon sticks. 2 out of 5 cinnamon sticks.
Even though plant-based desserts exist, you guys know that I normally avoid them. Even with the ice cream, we've known that Magic Kingdom, more than any other parks actually, has had ice cream for desserts, both at table service and even quick service for a long time, but I always avoid it. I always get scared when I see something that looks this milk-like, even knowing full well that Disney makes sure that this won't kill me. But this thing just looks decadent. The chocolate, like banana bread is basically falling apart. Doesn't take much effort to sort of dig in there with the chocolate sauce. The other bread doesn't seem as firm, but again, they have ice cream sitting on top of it. So let's just see how it tastes. Whoa. I don't even want to know what kind of face I just made. But it's like if the cinnamon challenge was a dessert. The cinnamon is so strong, I almost can't taste the ice cream. Whew. That's a 1.5 out of 5 clouds for me, fam. It's edible, but holy jeez. There we have our triumphant return to the Plaza Restaurant.
It was quite delicious, I think. I think I enjoyed it slightly more than Bear did. I think that for a vegan, the appetizer and the dessert are on point. The entree, But most of the Magic Kingdom entrees are unless you go to Cinderella's Royal Table.
I didn't think my food was bad, it just wasn't memorable. It's something that I would specifically like, I have to come back to this restaurant for. It doesn't do anything to worsen my feeling on Magic Kingdom food, but it definitely didn't improve much of it either.
I don't really think that there's anything that we had today that would be like, oh my gee, we need to go to the Plaza.
But maybe we're wrong, but we don't know what you guys think. The comments are going to be a place to let us know. If there's any other restaurant around Magic Kingdom or Disney World Pier that you'd like to see us go, that's going to be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.
It's not every day you get to see your heroes. I'm sure you're all glad you could see me. Much better than seeing that beast, that's